Hey guys, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Look what we got on the grill today. We got jerk pork sliders, and look who's helping me.
Hi guys, we're making jerk pork sliders.
We got Taya here helping me out, well, helping to eat more than anything else. Remember, it's your first time here on YouTube watching me. Click on subscribe below, leave your comments, and do give the video the thumbs up. Jerk pork sliders, here we go. Let's see if we can quickly run through the ingredients we'll be using today for this wicked jerk sliders, baby. Well, jerk pork sliders. To start the show, 1 pound of ground pork. This one here, you know, I kind of cheaped out a little bit. If you guys want to get lean ground pork, it may be about $1 more or something. Go ahead and get that. I just got the regular ground pork. We need some fresh ground black pepper, less than 1/4 teaspoon, half of a lime. I've got here 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. We're going to need some fresh ginger. I'm just going to grate some fresh ginger in there. I've got here about 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of pure white vinegar, this simple old vinegar. The star of the show to really give it that jerk kind of feel, because I mean, I said we don't have that pimento wood, so I'm using here allspice, and this is about 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice, 1 clove of garlic, couple scallions, 1 big scallion should be fine enough, a tablespoon of orange juice, a teaspoon of dark soy sauce, and I just noticed I forgot a couple key ingredients. Let's go in the backyard and grab those. So we're in the backyard again, late summer, nice and hot out again, and 2 ingredients here we're gonna get from the backyard. And look at these guys here. Got me my Scotch bonnet peppers all ready and raring to go here. Tons and tons of them here. We're just gonna grab one of these ripe ones here. And the other ingredient, yep, we're heading over to the herb box, and I've got all kind of nice herbs in there. Some bees on the flowering mint over there, but this is the guy we want here. Fresh thyme. I'm just gonna pick a nice big bunch of fresh thyme. Ooh, smells lovely. Let's go back inside now and put this together. The first thing we need to do is make the sort of jerk marinade we're gonna be infusing this ground pork with. And as you saw in the backyard, I went and I got some fresh thyme, so I'm just gonna break that. And I have here my magic bullet. You can use a food processor if you want. You can use a blender, or if you want and you don't have any of those things, you can certainly chop everything up nice and fine. So in goes that fresh thyme. I'm gonna use about half of that Scotch bonnet pepper right in there. Now guys, when you're handling Scotch bonnet or habanero, any sort of hot pepper, remember the majority of heat will be where the seeds are here and the white membrane surrounding that seed. So if you're concerned about the raw heat, you gotta leave that out, take that out, discard it, and you're good to go. When handling these type of lethal hot peppers, remember to wear gloves. I've got my PhD in handling these peppers, so you know your boy good to go. However, the other thing is, as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna be using the soap and water to wash my hands, and it's important that you do that as well. So in goes that pepper in there, and I'm just going to squeeze in half of the lime juice in here. A lovely citrus flavor is going to be nice. Ooh, it was really smelling brilliant. And pretty much what we're doing here is adding everything else. So in goes the vinegar, that sea salt, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg. Ooh, so all kind of nice flavors going in there. That orange juice, the dark soy sauce, and I think we just lost some on the side there, guys. Boy, being kind of messy, yes. To make it easier for my magic bullet, I'm just gonna give the garlic a rough chop. So too the green onions, and you can cut this on the cutting board if you want. I'm just using my trusty old paring knife here. Make sure everything gets in there. Come on, buddy, get in there. Next up, I've got my ginger. I'm just going to grate in with my little grater here. I'm going to grate in some fresh ginger in there. Ooh, smelling wicked in this kitchen, guys. Just going to scrape that into the magic bullet. In goes some fresh ground black pepper. Yeah, this is for big people. Nice and spicy. And finally, the allspice. Give it a, ooh, smells nice in there. So basically all I did was, and you can see, it's all nice and runny, but kind of a little bit chunky at the same time. I really wish we had smell-o-vision here, guys. You guys would be, you gotta love that Caribbean sunshine Scotch bonnet pepper. Woo! Smelling wicked in here. Let's put this all together now, guys, because we gotta let this pork marinate for a bit. Got a nice big bowl here, so all I'm gonna do is empty all that pork into the bowl, and in goes all that lovely marinade, that jerk kind of something we made up here. Actually, get all of it in there. Some of that sauce kind of bashfully I want to come out, but then you know what, guys? You can use a spoon, whatever you want. I'm going in with my hands. I'm just gonna massage this meat. I want all that flavors to go all the way through and flavor this pork. We want, when we grill this up and we take a bite, every bite should have some of that nice jerk goodness in it. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do, you need some cling wrap, and I have some cling wrap that I spread on my counter here, and I have all that ground pork that we sort of marinate. We have that marinade in there now, and we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna make a sort of a log, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge to chill, to firm up, so it'll be easier to slice into those nice little sliders. So all we're gonna do is, using your hands, you're gonna sort of make it into a log, as I said. So all I'm going to do now is sort of roll this until I have that nice shape that I'm looking for. I'm just going to roll it tight. Try to keep it a little bit thicker than the bread you'll be using. So I'm just going to roll that now. Roll that out, and there we go. I've got that. That's going to go into my fridge, well, the freezer, for about 10-15 minutes for it to firm up. Guys, I was wrong in the amount of time I told it to put it in the freezer for. In my freezer, it took at least 1 hour to really firm up here. So all we're going to do now is, using a sharp knife, you want to slice it maybe about 3/4 of an inch or so, and all I'm doing is, you know, just sawing motion all the way down. And there we go. I have a nice little slider that I'm just going to peel that paper off it when I'm ready to take it out on the grill in a few minutes. Thought I'd share a little tip with you guys. If you're having problems slicing them, what you may want to do is run your knife under some cool water every time you slice one onto the other one. Just run it under some cool water. It will help sort of lubricate it and get any sort of meat that's stuck on the side of the knife, which may prevent it from that nice sawing motion that we want. These are all sliced up and ready to go on the grill. Now, if you want, remember we had this in the freezer. If you find that the middle or the ends or anywhere else is a little bit frozen still, what you want to do, bring it up to room temperature, because we already achieved the shape and everything that we want on there. I'm going to head outside to the grill now. So there we go, guys. The grill is about between 375 and 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to grill these. I know they look like burgers, and you may want to tend to grill them like burgers. But unlike burgers where people like them a little bit pink in the middle, I mean, it's your preference. Pork is one of those things I really recommend you cook all the way through. So I'm going to continue cooking this until it goes all the way through. Now remember, guys, grill the way you like it. I'm just going to continue grilling the way I like it. So it's been going now for about 7 minutes. I've flipped it over once. I'm just trying to get the hash marks on there now. And like I said, I'm going to cook this all the way through. I want this fully cooked, nothing rare or anything like that. This has to be fully cooked. It's pork. I'm not playing around with that. One thing I got to remember, I should have told you guys, when shaping the little sliders, bear in mind that once it cooks, it will shrink a little bit, especially if it's a medium ground. A lean ground will not have as much fat, so it won't shrink as much. But if you're using a medium or a regular ground pork, it will shrink. So keep that in mind. You want it to be the same size as your bun when you're done. Hey, I'm rhyming. I'm a rapper now. Hey. Anyways, so keep that in mind. It will shrink. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger than the bun, So when it cooks and it shrinks down, it's going to be the exact size of the bun when it's cut. So I've got the last one here. It's all done. Look how nice and juicy these guys look. If you're wondering if this is the same plate and you're worried about cross-contamination, guys, it's a clean plate. I went inside and I got a clean plate. These are all done now, so let's go inside and dress it up nice and low. I'm just going to show you guys how to quickly dress this up. And look what I have here. This is a wonderful mango, tomato, avocado, all kind of lovely things in here. Nice little salsa, like a Caribbean salsa, you know. Not just the Mexicans have salsa, we have salsa too. We're just going to top that nice little jerk pork slider with this. This here basically is equal parts mango, tomato, and avocado. Toss in some cilantro, a little bit of honey, salt, pepper, and I use sea salt and fresh ground black pepper, and a little bit of cilantro in there. Toss it all up. If you want, you can add some scotch bonnet peppers to there as well, and you'll be good to go. Oi! And there it is, all dressed up, looking pretty and ready to go to the dance. Hey, jerk pork sliders. Guys, thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. As always, Chris here at CaribbeanPod.com. Nice to have you here. Do give this one a try, and remember, share it with your friends, your family, co-workers. Spread some love with food, man. Chris here at CaribbeanPod.com. Thanks, guys.